Scotty here, June 4th, 2023. I've got some exciting things for the garden going on. I was finally able to score some ladybugs. These are really important in the garden. I haven't been able to find any for a few weeks, and one of the local garden stores finally got some, so I got 4 of these. I've really been noticing that the leaves have been getting eaten up by the little grubs and stuff, so last year ladybugs helped a lot, so I'm going to release all of these into the garden. And the praying mantis egg also, I've tried these the last few years. I haven't had any luck. I'm hoping that this is the year I can get one of these to hatch. I'll keep updated on that, but right now I'm going to go throughout the garden and we're going to release hundreds of ladybugs. Okay, so first off, when you're getting ready to release them, you want to make sure it's not super hot out. Right now it's not too terribly hot out, and you want to soak the area, like the bush or the branches that you're going to release them, soak it with water so that when you put the ladybugs out, they have something to get a drink on first thing. And here they go. Really like ladybugs. They're cool. There they go, they're already taken off. And they help the garden, eating the little pests that eat on the leaves and stuff. So there's the first release of ladybugs. This is the blueberry plant that I put them on. Alrighty, I'm in the back by the giant sunflower maze. I'm going to take a look at it also. It's just really taken. These sunflowers are 6 to 8 inches tall. Looking good. I've gone through and thinned them all out, and I've just been hitting it hard with water. This gets really dry. Once these get a few feet tall, they'll be able to create more shade and it'll keep it a little more moist. So we're gonna get ready to release container number 2 of the ladybugs. I want a bunch of them back here to keep these plants healthy, and as you can see, there's been little critters doing damage on the leaves throughout these, so I'm gonna release a container back here. This water's recently been watered, and so I'm gonna take my little water, get this wet. They're gonna be thirsty when they get out. Introduce them to the sunflowers. You're free. Get a drink, you guys. I'm just kind of watering everything around it so that when they land, they can get a drink. I'll let them out. Awesome. They're flying around already. Let's put this one over. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Cool deal. I'm getting covered in ladybugs. Let's go release container number 2 in the Indian village. Alright, and we're at the little teepee village. Everything's grown in really well. Giant sunflowers are getting up there. Wildflowers are out. You gotta kind of squeeze back here now. So this will be where I let these ones go. Kind water the leaves and stuff so they can get a drink. You're free. Turn it into a forest. Strawberries are starting to fruit. I've already had a couple of them. Let's go release the fourth container. Here we are. In this section of the garden. Going to release the ladybugs right here. Again, the flowers are just coming out. This is pretty weeded through here, but there's Brussels sprouts and broccoli, onions, potatoes. These right here on our T-posts, we have this little piece of PVC pipe, electrical conduit. I saw this online, and then you attach a string to your tomato plants, and in this case it's peppers we're going to be using this method on. And the same for over here. We've got our T-posts with the same method, and then at the bottom we're going to run a string, attach it to the tomatoes. It's kind of funny, these right here are all tomatillos just growing wild. This is where I had them last year, so I'm kind of going through it, literally pulling them, because it's just, they're everywhere. But the tomatoes are really rocking. Let's find some that have tomatoes on them right here. So these are getting really close to where we're going to attach the line, run it up, attach it to this, and then have them grow up on that. But they're these are the aromas. They're doing really well. A lot of weeds through here again. That's mostly what you're seeing, but you can see the tomato plants in between. Let's let the ladybugs go. Alright. Just putting the water all over, because I've done it before and not watered and they died. I think it was just because they were too dry with that. So this method works the best. You're free. Alright, let's put the praying mantis egg somewhere. Alright, so I'm attaching the praying mantis eggs to this line. I've got one of them right there. I'm going to attach the other one to this area and hope that they hatch. Haven't had any luck with those before, but this year's the year. Kind of give a look at the garden. Giant sunflowers are starting to be over a foot, approaching 2 feet. Some of them, let's take a look. These are my favorite. These ones right here, this is about 2+ feet. This is our burn pile. This is all weeds. This is from like a few weeks. This is just weeds. So when that dries out, we light it up and burn it up. This is our compost area. And we've had some stuff just kind of randomly growing in there, being squashes. These are different squash, pumpkin, possibly zucchini, I'm not sure exactly. So we're kind of just going to let that go, see what happens. To clean this area out, this is where all the watermelon are, or where the watermelon are. There, we got the cages around them. This one is a giant watermelon. I got the seed online, so we'll see how that does. This area's looking nice and clean though. These are giant sunflowers around. Just gonna let them kind of go. More giant sunflowers. These ones are doing really well. And these are marigolds. And the giant sunflower maze. Next week I'll do a walk through it, but as you can see, these are about 6 to 8 inches tall. Looking good. And an update on the root cellar. These piles of dirt around this thing, we're actually not going to end up doing it. We're unsure how much longer actually we're going to be staying here. We're going to be moving within a couple of years, come to find out. Where we live, they want to do a roundabout at this 4-way stop sign, and it's going to take a large portion of the land. So we're going to be moving, sadly. It's not going to be worth staying, so we're not going to be doing the root cellar with the amount of work it's going to take. So where we do move next is going to be close in the area of Nampa, and it'll be of equal or greater value. It'll probably have more land. Right now we're on about 2 acres. We're looking at places that have 3 to 5. Here's a good look. So we're going to be filling this in. No root cellar this time. And that's it. Thanks for watching.